Who got 21 O-level paper with you? Spotlight பண்ணிட்டு தானே இது பண்ணா பண்ணிதாய்க்கா நாங்க மியூட் பண்ணில்ல Right. Okay, now we'll go to the 2021. Who has the 2021 paper? Someone can give. Yeah. For the 2021 O-level paper, we are in question number 10. Right? 2021 O-level question number 10. Right. Now, in the 2021 O-level question number 10. Now, 2021 OL Q10. Question number 10. Now, we are in this. Right. 2021 OL Q10. Now, it's visible, right? Okay. Now, under 2021 O-level question number 10, we got put here a right circular cylinder contains of base radius r filled with water to a height of 12 centimeter. Now there is a cylinder like this. This is the cylinder. In the cylinder, the base radius is r. Is filled with water to a height of 12 centimeter. So water is filled in this to a height of 12 centimeter. The water is filled up to 12 centimeter to this height. Then the water is in this water in this container is just enough to completely fill 16 hemispherical containers. Okay, the water in this container is just enough to completely fill 16 hemispherical containers. Okay, if you put hemispherical containers, not sphere, hemisphere. If you put the hemisphere, if you take a hemisphere and if you put these hemispherical containers, how many hemispherical containers they can fill? Again, they can fill this water. Again, whatever the water in this, they can put this to hemispherical container for 16 hemispherical container. Just enough mean like exactly this will fill to 16 hemispherical containers. Each of radius 4 centimeter. So they have given the radius of the hemispherical container is 4 centimeter. And they have told, show that r is equal 16 root 2 over 3. But normally this question is very easy. Normally this question is very easy. Under this question, Under this question, may we do like this. First thing, you can make always I said whenever you are going to do a volume question. Whenever you are going to do a volume question, what should be equal, Puta? Again, both sides you have to make the volumes equal. You have to make the volume equal in both the sides. Both the sides mean, again, whatever the volume of this water should be equal to this 16 hemispherical containers volume. So I can write like this, V water should be equal to V what? Hemisphere, V means volume of hemisphere into 16. Because for 16 hemisphere, it should be equal. What are these equations? Normally they give in the first page of the paper. And when you take your question paper, the first page, they give the formulas here. See, right circular cylinders formula, they have given pi r squared h. Hemispheres formula, they have given 403 pi r cube. So, hemisphere, they have given the spheres formula. So, if they have given the spheres formula, normally every time they give in the first page. That is very easy. You can do these things easily now. Again, now water's volume, Buddha, I can write the formula. The formula is water is also in a cylindrical shape, no, Buddha. So, I have to write pi r squared h. For hemisphere, I should write 4 over 3 pi r cube into 16 kilo. I should write this. 4 over 3 pi r cube into 16. Buddha, remember, if you see pi in both the sides, Buddha, keep pi as pi, don't go to put 22 over 7. What did I tell now? If you see pi in both the sides of the equation, keep pi as pi. So for pi, we'll write pi. For radius, it is r. So r into r. For the height is how much, Buddha? 12. Equal for 4, write 4, 4 over 3. Keep pi as pi. For radius, I can write 4. Write 4 3 times. You can write 4 cube. But more than writing 4 cube, write 4 3 times. It is safe. Into 16 kilo, right? But our target is to get an expression for simple r. Then what should I do? Simplify everything. Again, if you see the same things in the left side and the right side, so simplify that. So you can see pi in the left side, this pi in the right side. Then what should I do? I have to simplify this. When I have I have to do this pi and this pi, please simplify. So I get here r squared into 12. What will I get? R squared into 12 kilo, I get this. Here I will get, now r squared into 12 kilo, will simplify everything whatever possible. I can simplify this 4 and 12. Bota. 4 and 12 how much? 3. But can I simplify this tree and this tree? Can't. Why? Because this is in left side, this is on right side, right? When you send the 3 to this side, it comes up. That's why we can't simplify that. Hurry. Anyhow, now we get 3r squared we will get here. From this side, I will get 4, 4, 4. We'll write 4 to the power 3 kilo will write into 16 kilo will write. Divide by 3 kilo will write. Now I want to make an expression for r. So take r alone. R squared will be here. Send the 3 to this side. 4 to the power 3 will keep as 4 to the power 3. 16 mean that also will write. It will keep as 16. Send the 3 to this side, then we'll write as 3 to the power 2. Hurry. Puta, if I want to get an answer for this, if I want to simplify this, again, what they have asked here, or they have asked to simplify this. They have asked to simplify this. Which one? They have asked to, they have asked to show, right? They have asked you to show, you are getting an expression for r. R is equal to square root 16 times square root 2 over 3. Okay. But whatever we have done, everything is correct. Substitution all correct, right? We haven't done one thing. We have done a mistake. We have put spheres formula. Because I just feel there is a mistake. Why? We have put spheres formula. If I put spheres formula, I have to multiply that by, because hemisphere. No? The hemisphere, we have done a mistake. What is that? We haven't multiplied by half. I have to put half here. If I put half here, on this side also it will be half. I get a half. So this 2 and 4 I can simplify as 2 I can write. What will I get? 2 into 4 to the power 2. This will be 2. It's right. Only that will be the problem. Then this is 3r squared. Alright. And this will be what? This 2 here 2. Here this 2 will write as 2. This 4 into 4 will write as 4 squared. Alright. 4 squared into 16. Now here what we get here about again 2 into. Alright. We get 2 into 4 squared into 16 kilo we get. Alright. Then 4 squared mean what? 16. Alright. 16 තමයි ඔගේ එන්නේ. හරි. Now what should I do? මෙන්න මේක very simple. If you simplify, normally you know square root values. Whenever you are finding square root values, how much is square root 9? Answer. Square root 9 is how much? 3. How you get 3? Because you write this as 3 squared. 3 squared is 3. Normally square root 16, how much you say? 4. Why you say 4? Because square root 4 squared is 4. But remember this. Or you can get the square root 16 value in this way also. Square root 16 means 4 into 4. So I can write 2 squared into 2 squared කියලා I can write. Again 4 squared කියන එක I can write as 2 squared into 2 squared. 4 into 4 again 16. Here what will happen? For the square root get cancelled and 2 into 2 කියලා finally I get as 4 again. Likewise, if I want to get the r squared answer, I'm going to convert everything to squares. Alright? I'm going to convert everything to squares. This 16, whatever I have here, that also I'm going to convert into 4 squared. Here, if I put square root for both sides, if I cancel with the square root, then this r will be equal. Okay? This for only 2 is missing here without a square. For that 2, what should I put? Only for that 2, I have to put a square root. Why? Because now I'm going to cancel this both sides with square roots. Because I'm going to put square root for both sides now like this. So if I put square roots for both sides, this r squared square root get cancelled. But 2 square root can't cancel because it doesn't have a square. 4 squared will cancel as 4. This 4 squared will cancel as 4. This 3 squared will cancel as 3. Here who will finally remain inside the square root? Only 2. Here r will be equal. 4 into 4 is how much? 16 square root 2 divided by 3 කියලා. We get the answer here. Right. Square 16 square root. Right. Oh, we get the answer. Right. Make can understand පුතා. හරි. මේ ටක් ගාලා මොකක් කර තියෙනවද ටක් ගාලා දාගන්න. සටස් ගාලා. Now we'll see how the marks are distributed for this. Normally that is very important, the marks distribution. Again, for this, marks are distributed like this. For getting the volume of the cylinder. Again, for getting an expression for the volume of the cylinder, 1 mark. For getting an expression for the semicircular volume, 1 mark. For making them equal, 1 mark. Okay. So when you finish this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with they have given. Wow. Again, here, they have given 5 marks for you in total. Again, in total 5 marks when you complete this. Again, for getting the expression for this, like 1 mark. For getting this expression, they give 1 mark. For making this equal, they give 1 mark. Again, when you write this is equal to this one, 3 marks. Vasi. Then after that, finally, you are simplifying into whatever level, like this level or this level, any level, they have given 1 mark. Finally, they have given this answer. So getting this answer again, they are not giving 1 mark. They are not dumb for like that. Don't think when you write this one, for this one, they give marks. No, they don't give that. They give marks for this. And for this, you get a mark. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is the way how you get marks for these things. Understand, Buddha. Again, before the logarithm question itself, you get 5 marks. All right. Again, volume half, logarithm half. Sometime volume 4, logarithm 6. It depends. Nowadays papers, they are giving chuttak more prominent to volume also. They are giving a equal 50-50 chance for volume and logarithm. So remember, this is how they have distributed marks in the O-level marking scheme, because I'm comparing this with the O-level marking scheme and only I'm teaching you. There is this comparison complete now. Today almost we are done with the second paper. Almost we are done with the second paper. And it's very important. So we did a long session series. Now finally we have completed the entire 2021 O-level paper. So happy. Right? Again, entire paper another questions they are quite amazing. They are 2.5 again. Now we have to do the logarithm question. Make a mocker correct? I told you before joining the session. Okay, I told all the students before joining the session itself, please complete what? The questions and come. So did you guys complete the questions? Did you complete the question? Good. Okay, you guys have done. Please complete and come before you complete this. All right. Nice. Anyhow, next one will go. Capital A is equal to root 65.2 into 0.722 divided by 3.06. Find the value of A to the nearest second decimal place using the logarithm tables. Right? Okay, nice. That's what they have told like this. Alright, now logarithm table. A equals square root 65.2. Alright. Square root 65.2 into 0.722 divide by 3.06. Divide by 3.06. Alright. Now find the value of A to the nearest second decimal place using the logarithm table. Find the value of capital A to the nearest second decimal place using the logarithm table. Normally in our class we have told the method. Again, there might be different class students here at the moment who are joining live, right? Or who might be watching the recordings. But anyhow, we are doing according to a pattern. I will normally tell this pattern, so you can do in your pattern. But I'm not going to explain my pattern here because normally we are doing in that pattern. Normally we are doing in this pattern. If Shanti's answer in a pattern only we are doing. First of all, we introduce the logs. When we are introducing the log, we write log A we write here, and this side also we write LG. So when you are introducing Pota, we have to put everything inside the bracket. So this 65.2 will come here, 0.722 will come here, 3.06 will come here. Remember, when we are introducing brackets, normally we won't put square root values. So if there are any square root values, Pota, we have to write them as a power. What is the power? Half. Normally square root value we can write as a half power. After that, remove the brackets. Brackets removal, normally we know whatever goes as multiplication, we write as addition. Whatever going as division, we write as subtraction. Normally what I tell, whatever up we write as an addition, whatever down we write as a subtraction. So I can write like this, LG 65.2 to the power half. No? Remember, normally if there are any power half, like if there are any powers, so normally remember we have to put in front of the LG. We have to put in front of the LG. Half will come here. Plus with LG 0.722 with whatever division will go as minus LG 3.06 After that, third thing, password. Password whatever in front of the LG you write as it is half into normally for this decimal point we have to, if we want to see the logarithm value, normally we have to bring this decimal point until after the first whole number, until it reaches the first whole number. So I have to move this one place to reach it after the first whole number. So password is 1 point here. I just write it. Again, I have write 1 point here. But can you see here, the decimal point is here. But it is not after the first whole number because 0 we don't consider as a whole number. Here a whole number means 1 to 9. Here a whole number, what should I do? I have to go reverse. Here when we move reverse this one, what should we do? Plus 1 or minus 1? We should write as bar 1 we should write. Minus 1 we should write as bar 1. Minus, here should I move anything? No, because already it is after the first whole number. What is the password? 0 point we have to write. Now important is answer. Now we have to open the book. Logbook open. ටක් ගාලා ඔය වැලියු ටික මට කියන්න 65 2 එකේ වැලියු එක 81 42. හරි. දැන් මෙතනට එනවා වැලියු එක when you open the logbook කර logbook එකේ you have 65 here 2 here. අන්න මෙහෙම වැලියු එක රීඩ් කරන්න. එතකොට you get what's again පුතා 81 42. හරි. Then next one you can see 72 is 2. ඒ කියන්නේ 72 here same level 2. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතන බලන්න 85 85 85. ඊළඟ 36. But remember always in O level paper maximum they give 3 pieces like this. Maximum 3 pieces. Minimum 2 pieces. What do you mean by pieces? Pieces can 3 pieces. Right? Like that only they will give. Very easy bang. Logarithm don't miss. Logarithm don't miss. Hurry. ඊට පස්සේ මේ 36 එකේ ටක් ගාලා වැලියු එක බලන්න. ටක් ගාලා 36. 36 mean 30 here 6 එක මෙතන. Right? What? 48 57 කියලා එනවා. Okay, now this is only most toughest part. Next one. After open the book, find simplify. But we simplify කියන step එක. In this simplify step, right? In the step simplifying, most of the students make mistake in this simplification. Okay, mostly students make this grade 5 part. Mistake in this grade 5 part. Just after simplification, see, if there are 40 students in a class, there will be nearly 20 types of answers. බොරු නම් බලන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ 20 people, there are 20 type of different answers. So most of the students, still I have seen O-level students, they are not confident in simplifying. They get mistakes because they are not conscious. Hare. Now carefully see this. Now we'll simplify very slowly. Divide by 2. How much? Half into 1.8142 mean. Divide by 2 no 0.9071 kilo we get. At this bar 1.8585 for this. 1 and 5 6, 7 and 8 15. Here 6, 9 and 8 how much? 17. 1 remainder, 1 and minus 1 0 point kilo we get. And minus 0.4857. Minus 0.4857. 16 minus 7 is how much for the 9? 14 minus 5 is how much? 9. Then you get 15 minus 8 is how much? 7. 6 minus 4 is how much? 2. So we get 0.2799 as the answer. So what can I write? I can write the value. Okay. Log A. Again, once you get this value, Buddha, after simplifying, you write the answer here. Log A equal how much? 0.2799. Then I can write like this. But A equals, I have write next one as anti-log, ne Buddha? So A equals, send the log to this side, it become anti-log. Anti-log means 0.2799 kilo we get. So how to see this anti-log value? Very easy. To see the anti-log value, whatever the number before the decimal point, whatever the number before the decimal point, okay, I'll write here. Whatever the number before the decimal point, write as 10 to the powers. This will be what? 10 to the power 0 into 2799 is there, Buddha? 2799 mean, write this. Write this and find this. Sorry, write this, find this. Where is this? So need is 2799. You have to search this in the log table where you can find this. Sorry, Taggala find this in the log table. 2788 in 19 0 you got 2788. But you have to find the maximum. This is only we got have. Okay, need have. The 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 minus 8 is 1. So we need 11 more. But see 11 more in the same line. We got 11. 11 is there in the 5. And you have to see in the next column. Okay. You have to tell the place now where we got this 1905. 19 not fine. But when you are telling this value, there is a way to tell this. Whenever you after finding the anti-log, now you have to tell we found this number that is in this place. Now you have to tell. Like normally when we are telling address, Buddha, there is a way to tell the address. Now we'll say 3 upon 5 now you can't tell no 35 you can't tell no that. Likewise, here, what is the way to tell the number? You have to tell with the first decimal point. 1905 you have to tell as 1.905 you have to tell that. What is that? 1.905 you have to tell. Here 10 to the power 0 into 1.905 is how much? 10 to the power 0 is how much? 1 in 1.905 is how much? 1.905 1.905 you have to write. But they have asked, carefully see, after getting this answer, Puta, after getting this answer, Taggala, every time whenever you get an answer, You have to double check. You have to double check, right? What they have asked for. Come again. Find the value of a to the nearest second decimal place using the logarithm. Oh, they have asked nearest second decimal place. But we have found for how many decimal places? How many places? 3 places. a second decimal place, I have to stop here. If I want to stop here, what should I do? I have to see the next number. If next number is 5 or more, I have to add one more for this. If it's 4 or less, I have to just ignore. Okay? There is a rhyme, beautiful rhyme to rounding off. See your next door, 5 or more, add one more. 4 or less, just ignore. හරි? එහෙම ලස්සන රයිම් එකක් එතන තියෙනවා. මේ ඒ රයිම් එකත් එක්ක දැම්මම what you get here. හරි? This will come here. Then answer will be how much? 1.91 කියලා. You get the answer. හරි? Is it clear, guys? So here there is no unit or anything. For here, we have allocated 5 marks for the steps. For this introduction one, for this one, for finding this one, and for after simplifying, you get 1, and for the final answer, you get 1. I'm sorry. 1.91 කියන එකට have allocated. ඔහොම තමයි match එකක් ගහලා තියෙන්නේ මේ right. Okay, this is how the marks are allocated. I hope you can understand this. Now we got one more question. ඒකත් discuss කරලම අපි වැඩි ඉවර කරමු. We got a sets question. If you want to write anything for this, ටක් ගාලා ඒක complete කරගන්න. Right. Okay. Now let's discuss the question number 11. All right. මේක full part එක clear නේ? This part is clear නේද? ඒ කියන්නේ essay type නම් maximum we can discuss within the given time 2 questions normally. හරි? Okay. Now question again, next week what should you do? Next week we don't have a paper discussion. Right? Only for next week we are not having a paper discussion. Who are coming for theory, paper 2 එකක් විතර ලියලා you can go home. හරිද? හරි. So next week we don't have a paper discussion separately. You come at 4:45 to 7:45 पे එක ලිව්වා 7:45 කියනකොට 8 වගේ වෙයි ඉතින් අර බ්‍රේක් එකක් යනවානේ 8 වෙද්දි next week class එක ඉවරයි right next week we are not having a paper discussion question number 11 will go an incomplete Venn diagram drawn to represent the information collected from 142 musicians on whether they play the piano, tabla or flute is shown below. Now we are in 2021 OL part 2 question 11 right හරි now we are in this level ඒක පේනවද ඒක පේනවද නෑනේ can't see හරි ඒ වෙන්නේ I will bring it down මේ level එක වෙනවා right 2021 OL part 2 question 11 හරි okay now in this හරි in this part හරි in this part an incomplete Venn diagram drawn to represent the information collected from 142 musicians on whether they play the piano, tabla or flute is shown below. Of the 55 who play the piano from these musicians, 15 also play the flute. They have already marked these 3 diagrams, so not a big deal for you. They have already marked these 3 diagrams. They have marked the 3 diagrams. So they have given a larger one, a medium one, and another medium one. So here, musicians who play the tabla, this one, this is tabla. What is this? This one is piano. This one is piano. And this one is flute. And this one is flute. This one is flute. Now, Buddha, musicians who play the tabla. First of all, they have told 142 musicians are there. No, universal set is how much? 142. Then they have told of the 55 who play the piano. There are 55 people who can play the piano. So piano is inside. No? So 55 people who can play the piano. First of all, you put A, B, C, D. Yeah? I have always told you, put A, B, C, D to do this question. I can get a connection for C and D is equal to how much for the 55. Then 15 also play the flute. 15 also play the flute mean 15 will come here. 15 will come here. D is 15, you know. If you know D is 15, C directly you can find as how much? That will be 40, right? 40 and 15 or 55. I use 2 colors because black colors I am using for the informations, whatever they have given. For blue color I am using for the informations, what I am using to find the other informations. Okay, copy the incomplete Venn diagram given in the figure onto your answer script and include the above information. We are done with that. Question number 2, if 60 musicians play exactly 2 of these instruments, but remember this ABCD method is actually it's very helpful, right? It's actually very helpful. So number 2 is they have told, see, 60 musicians play exactly 2 of these instruments. How many musicians play both the tabla and the flute, but not the piano? That's the question. But anyhow, 60 musicians play exactly 2 of these instruments. Exactly 2 mean they play only 2. What are the places they can play only 2? C and E. Very good. I get a connection like this. I am writing these connections in a corner. C and E, I know that should be equal to 60. 60, no? Let us C is how much? 40. Then E is how much? 20. E I can fill here. Okay. 20 kilo. That we found that. I can put this information on the Venn diagram, but I can write 20 here. What is the question now? They have asked the question, right? How many musicians play both the tabla and the flute? They play tabla and the flute. This is tabla, this is flute. So both tabla and flute, but not piano is this E no puta. 20. But when you are writing the answer, show like this. 60 minus 40 equal 20. What show in the Already you have found the answer. 60 minus 14, you got the answer 20. You have to tuck show them. Right. Now third one. The number of the musicians who play only the tabla from these three instruments is equal to only the tabla mean what is that, Puta? Only the tabla mean that is B. Now third one. Na? Only the tabla mean that is B. And that is equal to that is equal to that is equal to the number of musicians who play the flute and the tabla. Who are playing flute and the tabla? Where is flute and the tabla? Flute and tabla only either. Is it only E? D and E together? Flute. They didn't say no, but flute and tabla only කියලා. Flute and tabla mean with flute and tabla they can play any other thing as well. But they should be able to play both flute and tabla. If I ask you, can you speak English and Sinhala both? What will you say? Yes. But does it mean you can't speak Tamil? No. There might be some students who can speak Tamil. There might be some students who can't speak Tamil. But all are included in this who can speak both English and Tamil. English and Tamil. English and Sinhala, sorry. Can understand what I'm telling? Right. Understand. So that's why it's very important. B equal to D plus C gila. They have told. Can understand that point? Okay. All right. That's why writing this ABCD is more useful. So B is how much, Puta? Don't know. But I know D is 15. E is 20. B is how much? B is 35. We can get the answer. So just I found that B is 35. So we'll fill B as 35. Anyhow, what they have asked, how many musicians play only the tabla? How many musicians play only the tabla? B answer is 35. Automatically you get the answer when you do from ABCD method, right? Then number 4. The number of musicians who play the flute is exactly half the number of musicians that play the tabla. Not again, the number of musicians who play the flute. But you write who play the flute, write who play the flute. Who play flute? Did they say only flute? No. They say flute. Who play flute? D, E, F. Carefully listen. You have to know the language correctly. They didn't say only. They just say flute. Okay. The number of musicians who play the flute is exactly half. Is key got to put the equal mark. Exactly half key to half of half the number of musicians who play the tabla. Who are the people who play tabla? B, C, D, E. You have to add everything. B, C, D, E. When you make connection, you can develop here. Do not, then first of all, we'll solve this. Finally, how many musicians do not play any one of these three instruments? They have asked what is the value of A. Then we'll fill this. We'll first of all, we'll fill the values here. D, you know, 15. E, you know, 20. F, don't know. Make a half. B is how much? B 35. C. Now we know this full set. B, C, D, all the addition we know, 35. Maybe 55. 35, 55 made 90. 90 and 20 mean 110, right? Half into 110 is how much? 55. 15 and 20, 35 minus 35. 15 and 20 will be 35. Send to other side minus 35. So F is how much? 20. Now I found F. Using this, I found F. But all these addition should be equal to how much? A, B, C, D, E, F, everything should be equal to 142. If everything is equal to 142, mean from 142, I have to minus, add all these. If you add all these things, 100, because I know this is 110, this 20, 130. So answer will be how much, Puta? 12 kila, I get the answer. Then A is 12. So this is how they have given. I'll tell the marks, how they are distributed. The way how they are distributed is like this. For marking these things, they have given 3 marks for marking all these things. This Venn diagram, they have given 3 marks. Again, for this 142, this 55, this 50. Again, for these 3 informations, Maravasi. For these 3 informations, they have given 3 marks. And for writing 60 minus 40 equal 20. They have given 2 marks. Wow. Shah. 2 marks. If you finish the first 2 question itself, half of the marks you have obtained for this question. The next one 15 plus 20 is equal to 35 they have expected. And for writing 15 plus 20 equal to 35, you get another 2 marks there. Then for writing, how many people playing tabla? What is the question number 4? How many? Question number 4, only there are 4 questions. Ne? Then for finding how many people are playing tabla, for finding that 110, and also for writing getting 12. Okay, for getting this 110, they have given 1 mark. For getting writing this minus 1 mark, for getting 12, 1 mark. That's how they have given all 10 marks for this question. I hope you can understand all these things. So with this, we are winding up with today's session. So we'll meet with another session on not next Friday, so week after next, right? So then that's all for today, guys. Okay, then good day.